Good old ABS, once again decides to change my microphone output. Gotta love it. Why does it do it? Anyway, good afternoon, everyone. How you all doing? Hope you're doing good and well and everything's okay. And we're back after yesterday's issues and hoping that we don't get the problem today. Let me just get back into the game, just checking a couple of things. Alright, so if you weren't watching yesterday's stream, the game crashed a few times at a certain point, which is not helpful. And the site is, after finally going to 1.44 because Pro Mods had updated. So I don't have any figures for you because I'm halfway through a delivery, and my plan was to try and figure out what the issue was and stream the last bit of the delivery on Wednesday, but I don't know if I can do that, especially now I found out what the problem is. And the problem is, by the looks of it, by all accounts, is Pro Mods. After having a look on the forum, I tried it on a one of my other profiles without Pro Mods on, went the same route. And yeah, not a problem. Got through it fine. Didn't crash. Drove past it as well. Just kept going for a little bit just to make sure of it. Yeah, it was all good. Then I went back in. I reinstalled the game and everything, and reinstalled a lot of things actually. Device drivers, because it sort of happened after the last update of the NVIDIA drivers. And went back in, and I did get a little bit further. I got about 100 yards down the road from where it last crashed, and it still crashed. I was trying out different things today anyway, despite the fact of what I did last night. I'll tell you that in a second. But yeah, I took off Pro Mods, and of course it sent me back to the garage. I took off Jazzy Cat because I saw some errors to do with Jazzy Cat in the log, and same thing, went back to sent me back to a garage. And so I had to redo the save, loaded in the save, and it crashed straight away. Hey, Cozzy, how you, mate? How you doing tonight? So anyway, I was on Pro Mods forums last night, and there's a lot of people reporting issues with Pro Mods. The game will crash on starting up, which happened to me. There's game crashes at certain points, so I think there's a fairly good chance that Pro Mod's the issue, and hopefully they'll come out with a fix for it. But until they do, there's not much I can do about it. I'm going to hope there's no updates. We keep the contract, not get put back into a garage at some stage, and when they do, we'll finish off that delivery at some stage. So what's going to happen today is, because I got to about 4 o'clock yesterday before this happened, to keep this sort of on the even setting, I'm going to stream to about 4 o'clock ish with this. And even if I'm in the middle of a delivery like I am with ETS, I'll stop it there in the hopes, the same with ETS, there's not an update that resets me to the garage, but if there is, the thing is hopefully it happens to both and I don't really lose out on much. If I lose both deliveries, that's fine, because it still ends up being even anyway. So what might happen next week, because I don't know if we'll be ready next week. Hang on a second, I need a cough. Is we might do an early version of the convoy mode. If you're up to that, Causey, and anyone else who'd like to join, I'll put an announcement in Discord that it's possible. But what I'll do, the only thing is I'll confirm it on the day. So next Thursday, if there hasn't been an update to Pro Mods, and I'll go in, if I get an update, I'll go in and check and make sure I can drive past the area that's been causing the problem, and if I can, then we'll carry on. That means that the convoy will be at the place time it was supposed to be, which is not. It's in 2 weeks. That's when the next one's due. But if they don't do an update and the issue isn't fixed, we'll do convy mode next week and hope that the following week it's all fixed. If worse comes to worse, I've really got to sit down and think. Now, I've had options where I'm thinking that maybe I just sell all the garages that are on modded map areas, put them into the vanilla map areas, and get rid of the map mods on both games. Or it might turn out that because of this, it's completely stuffed up this competition. In that case, I'll have to have a serious think about what I'm going to do, whether I'll start again. And to be honest, I don't really want to start again straight away. I'd like to finish this, and if I was going to come back to doing the competition and do the grind again, I'd like a little bit of a break by playing some other games first and then eventually getting back to this. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For the moment, we should get going. Now, what I've got to do is dismiss the trailer that we've got. It's already been dismissed by the looks of it. I don't have it. Well, that sorts that problem out. Let's find a job then. Okay, I want San Francisco, Oakland, San Francisco. That is definitely San Francisco, isn't that right? We're already talking about 1.45. Oh, of course they are. Why don't they just hold back and do big updates and spread them out a bit? Anyway. For those that don't know, we bought a garage last week. We are now in San Francisco, and we've added Amazon into the mix, which is apparently the only one we part of that and Evergreen. I think this is the two that we got here that we're able to use. I thought in San Francisco there'd be a lot more actually, but there isn't. And of course there's no updates because what happened with ATS yesterday, I didn't write any of the information down because I planned to finish it on the Wednesday, but yeah, it doesn't look like that way, especially with it being a Pro Mods issue, so I don't know how long it's going to take them to fix it. And it looks like the issue is all over the place. So I'll do the same here today. I won't write anything down, then we'll get back into it when we're able to, and then to go from there. But anyway, let's get a delivery going. So we've got, how many choices we've got in total? 4. So there's our first choice, all the way down to Mexico. That's choice number 1. Choice number 2 is all the way over to, oh, holy moly, New Hampshire. That's one hell of a drive. Just trying to think, that'll be 2.5. Oh, we might be able to get that one in. That'll be number 2. Number 3 is into Arizona. And number 4 is just down the road. So if you're new to the stream, this is where you can participate by letting me know what delivery you'd like me to take. Those are your 4 choices, and the reason is, if you want to know, you just type an exclamation mark YouTube into not YouTube, truck into chat, and that'll give you the rules and the reason why I've already got these 4 choices. Or thank you, Causey put it in. Expansion and new city to Wyoming. Oh, that'd be good. Heck, I got a bit of a tickle in my throat. So yeah, I'll run through them again. So that's delivery number 1. If you want me to take that, just type on 1. That's delivery number 2. Oopsie. That's delivery number 3. That's delivery number 4. I'll give you guys 30 seconds starting from now to put in your choice. Now, hopefully, we won't have any issues with ATS, because last week we had issues with ETS and ATS with stuttering going on, sort of like lag type thing. Which you also had yesterday as well. So I'm getting the feeling, I wonder if ETS doesn't like Windows 11 or Windows 11 doesn't like ETS. Oh, it's been a whole minute. Geez, that went quick. It didn't feel like a minute. So what do we get number one? I'm going to Mexico. Actually, I wonder if it was a cargo. That's the other common denominator. We started using cargo instead of freight market. Be interesting to see. Anyway, that's where I left off last week at a gas station because I was desperate for fuel. In fact, I'm surprised I made it to the gas station from the garage. And we were obviously in crash mode last week. Crash cam. You're going to let me out, aren't you? Yeah, you are, because that's what a nice person would do, leave a gap there for me to get out. Knowing that you've got to sit there and wait anyway. No, I want reverse. Oh, that's right, this one only has 12 gears or something, don't it? It's this one. Oh, we're going with doubles, yeah. I saw the doubles and I had a sneaking suspicion that's what you were going to go for.
Turn left. Go straight.
You know what this reminds me of, driving around San Francisco like this? Reminds me of the old game Driver, which I played on the PlayStation. Which is sort of like Grand Theft Auto. But you played as a getaway driver. And the first one was based in San Francisco.
Go straight. Get ready to turn left. Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
Alright, we're on our way. I think with the first delivery is going to be a better paying job than we got in our first delivery with the ETS yesterday. And the delivery we were doing when it crashed was worth over $100,000. So another reason why I don't want to miss out on it. We did manage to buy a truck or 2 trucks, I can't remember. 2 trucks. We were trying to get a garage, which we were going to do at the end of it. Whether or not we were going to get more money to buy anything else, well, that was the hope, because it was a heck of a trip.
Right.
So it's another reason why I'm hoping it will fix itself. And we've got a downhill start, so I'm hoping I can stay in 7th. Oh, be able to. Or not. So we'll get out of the city and then we'll go into crash cam.
Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
The lights on? No. Generally keep the lights on all the time because I have a habit of forgetting to turn them on, and especially with the season mods, because the daylight things are longer and I'm not actually sure when or what time they decide to give you a fine for not using your lights. And I generally get one. Why did he stop? Oh, it was someone in front.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
This is a 56-hour trip as well. Oh, we're going into Mexico, that's right. Never mind. Oh, were we going through that part that crashed? On us. On ATS. We had a area we were driving through as we were trying to get into Mexico. And we've got a garage in Mexico. We've driven out of Mexico into the US quite a few times before with no issues, but in this particular situation, we were driving into Mexico, going a way that we'd never gone before, and yeah, there was a certain part where it crashed. Am I going to get 2 in a row today?
Stay right, then turn right. Turn right.
Yeah, maybe it should be interesting. Interesting is not the word I would use, but yeah. I know what you mean. Right, I'm guessing we're out of town. Or maybe not, it's still 30 miles an hour through here. Well, we haven't been this way before. So yeah, testing that, hang on, I need to turn the volume down on my headset. There we go. $6 grand. Yeah, testing that that bit of the road. I actually drove from the city where we started off with. And you know, yesterday's one with Milano, where it was in Italy. And I didn't have a cargo, I just drove the truck. And went the same route that we did. And what was interesting is I noticed that the loading of the graphics was the same even without Pro mods for that area. When we were going through the tunnels, there was some funny graphics, and I also noticed that there was errors in my log to do with loading certain textures. I mean, maybe the problem is since the rework of Austria and ATS, maybe SCS have actually stuffed up somewhere. And Pro Mods' version is fine, and maybe they've done some something wrong with the graphics or something, and forgotten to add something, or I don't know. And that's the reason why, because it was the exact same route on vanilla map than it was with Pro Mods, and yet it crashed at the same place without Pro Mods on, which is interesting. But yes, I grabbed my truck, the Scania, and drove from the same start and city, and it was pelting down with rain in the game, and it was such a fun drive. You would have loved it, Cozy. I was doing 120 kilometers an hour plus. I turned traffic fences off because I wanted to get there quick. In the wet. So I turned it into a bit of a drifting competition as well. Ah, okay. I'm wondering, because this is going to happen and be a bit of a hindrance, I'm wondering if I should just say, stuff it, get rid of Pro Mods, get rid of Coast to Coast, Mexico and all that, move all the garages to a location that is part of the vanilla maps, and just deal with the vanilla maps.
Turn left.
And since they're adding more DLCs, it would be a bit of a shame, but at least we can sort of pretty much guarantee no more issues, and when another update comes up, I don't have to wait for it to be updated, which is not a hassle. Obviously, I just stay on the previous version and carry on until the next update comes out. Do you know if there's an ETA on the next 1.45? I suppose if they're not going to do any extra work on ATS for it, it's when they do, obviously, rework to the maps. That's when it's going to be a pain. Also watched a mate of mine stream ATS as well, and he using pro mods, and he had a few problems by the looks of it. So yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll play it by ear. We'll see how long it takes to fix this issue, and as long as it's fixed. Because I did, like I said, I was on the forum and they did mention, people did mention multiple game crashes at certain locations on the map, but not where we were. We'll work something out. I mean, I could always do what I did with this one when it crashed. Yeah, so when's Texas coming out? Because that was mentioned way before Montana. Montana's very recent. So we're getting good income now. 17 grand and stuff. Yeah, the other thing I could do, but I mean it's not going to solve the problem of the crashing if it's multiple places on Pro Mods, is what I did here when it crashed at that location is I found a job that was roughly around the same price and did that off camera, off stream. Yeah, I imagine so. I was just in my own world then. I was thinking, because I'm so desperate to get the ETS to work. Just wondering why the Jazzy Cat are having issues. So I was thinking that I'll put pro mods on my profile that I used last night to test it and go back through there and see if it'll actually get through. Just in case, on the off chance it is a Jazzy Cat, and everyone that's complaining on the forums uses Jazzy Cats as well.
Go straight.
That's the problem with me. When I have a problem, I've got to figure it out and figure it out and figure it out. Even though I might have found the answer to the problem straight away, I'm still going to figure it out. If it's, you know, something I have to wait for to actually be confirmed, which is what I have to do with the pro mods. I have to wait for them to fix it for it to be confirmed. Right, we've got somewhere to pull in for the night. Might as well go straight to this view, ready for the next morning. Oh, we've got doubles on too, don't we? I've got no choice but to drive them. Don't let me drive in too far, come on. Oh nice, I'm going to park here because it doubles on me lack of ability to be able to reverse with doubles. Right, we've got enough for another truck. Very surprised that I'm getting a lot of incomes in still after last week. Yeah, well, of all the ones I've had that do that, it's that ones that look like that garage and stuff and the way it's set up. What are we driving? Volvo, aren't we? So yeah, I was sort of thinking the same thing. I thought, oh, it's normally I have to go to the very far one by the shops. And now, where was our old? Is it here? No, was it there? There it is. Not much of a choice, is there? I think I know which one I want.